How's it going? My name is Austin Wooldridge. Presenting my video over Mark Cuban for my leadership style video. Um, Before we dive into it, definition of a charismatic leader. They're essentially very skilled communicators. They're able to articulate a captivating vision. They're able to arouse strong emotion in followers. Leaders should have the ability to be a positive role model for followers. They should inspire and motivate these followers to perform at high levels and to be committed to the organization or the cause. Cuban definitely embodies a leader, but before I jump into that, I want to hit on a brief background of him. He's an American businessman. He's an investor, an author, television personality, and a philanthropist. Mark Cuban was born in Pittsburgh in 1958. He dove into the business game at a pretty young age, around 12. He started selling trash bags to collect money so that he could buy some basketball shoes. Let's see, after his childhood, he ended up graduating at the University of Indiana after he transferred. He went to their business school out there and graduated with a Bachelor of Science in Management. During his time in college, he did have many ventures in various businesses, including chain letter, disco lessons, a bar. In 1982, Cuban moved to Dallas to expand his business ventures and kind of just get something bigger for himself. He eventually started a company called Micro Solutions, a small startup for the tech and computer world. He later sold that company for $6 million, which after taxes and everything came out to like $2 million that he got to keep for his first business that he sold, which is pretty good. He's been involved in a number of small startups, mostly in the distributed networking industries and social software industries. Like I said earlier, he's a star on many TV shows, most notably ABC Shark Tank. He's an investor on the show. He's invested over 85 million deals, accounting for $19.9 million that he's invested into other people to help them better themselves and create a fresh start for themselves as well. Charismatic leaders have a vision. They're willing to take personal risks to achieve that vision. They're sensitive to their followers' needs. They exhibit behaviors out of the ordinary. So focusing on the Mavericks, I wanted to hit on Cuban's vision for that team. He purchased the team back in 2000. Before then, they had a losing record, hadn't made the playoffs. Kind of going down the drain before he took over. The first year after he took over, they actually ended up making the playoffs. I think the year following that, they set a franchise record for the most wins in a season. So a lot of good things came after the purchase that Cuban made. He's constantly on the lookout for the needs of his stakeholders. He's dedicated to his vision. That vision includes, his players, his fans, the press. A number of times he's been seen defending the performance of his players, always showing support to the fans. He keeps a live blog that he actually made for the fans so that he can be a little bit more interacted with them, let them know what's going on, share their opinions, their thoughts. In 2014, Forbes magazine, their appraised value of the Dallas Mavericks was $750 million, to which Cuban responded, "I think we're worth a little over or well over $1 billion. So he's always had high hopes for the team. He knew that before he purchased them, and he's put forth the effort to go after this vision he had from the very start. And the players, fans, coaches, they've all embodied this vision that he's had, and it's a global icon the Dallas Mavericks are now. Another key value of a charismatic leader is extraordinary behavior. Cuban definitely relates to this. He's paid over $2 million in fines in the NBA. Like I said earlier, he's pretty open about his team, his players, so forth and so on. He's actually paid $2 million in fines for comments he's made over social media, relating to referees, other players, other fans, backing his team and his fans. They embody a certain culture there, and he definitely does what he can to exemplify that and show that he's a part of the program as well. He has no problem backing his team. He has no problem with that. He's truly authentic. He's been known to exert his emotional intelligence and extroverted personality to embrace his fans' experience. He's actually been seen numerous times during the season. He'll actually sit with the fans in the stands, to kind of embrace their in-game actual experience, and he does this to see if there's any issues that he can fix. How the culture is. Are they responding negatively or positively? And then he'll work to make bad situations better. He also writes a blog, like I mentioned earlier, for his team. He openly explores consumers during the game, whether in the restroom, if it's dirty, their expressions, what they say, at the concession stand. He embodies a vision as a whole, and he's worked to do everything he can to make the organization as a whole promising. With all that, he's been able to precisely model an effective leadership, in my opinion. And that is about it. Thank you.